Since it's Halloween, I thought I'd go through and try some of the original Castlevania games because I never really tried them when I was younger, and I thought I'd just give it a go. It's Halloween. Since it's Halloween, why not? Alright, so first up we've got the original Castlevania on the Nintendo Entertainment System, released in 1986. This is actually quite tough. I was surprised at how good the control is. You basically go from left to right and you whip candles and stuff, and then different things come out, hearts and power-ups and all that. I was expecting the control to be really stiff, but it's actually controls really well. There's a few levels, good few levels in the game. It's actually, if you play the later games, the start of it is very similar to how the later games kind of play. So you control Simon Belmont, I believe, and Dracula has risen from the dead, and it's your job to whip everything in existence in order to destroy him and bring peace back to the land. Not sure if I'd recommend this game. It's pretty old-fashioned, but it's where Castlevania began. So this is the second game in the series. It's Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, released in 1987. This is a little different than the first one. The first one you just go left to right and whip everything and then fight a boss. This one is, you have to go into different towns, and then it's really annoying because this text comes up on the screen saying that the morning sun is, or the horrible night has started and you can't skip it. And it does the same when the night stops and the day begins. It's really annoying. Also, when you're in the towns, the people's dialogue boxes, you can click out of them straight away. It's really annoying. This is a lot less linear than the first game. You have to go around different places and find Dracula's bones and stuff in different parts of his body, and then put them back together, then kill him. You have to go to towns and buy stuff as well, which is, I think, is pretty cool actually, and I think it's better than just going from left to right, just jumping and whipping stuff. You're Simon Belmont again, and I think it's a few years after the first game. This is actually, although it's very flawed, I think it's actually better than the first game because of the RPG elements. So this is the third game. It's Draculas Curse. This one allows you to put in your name at the start, which is awesome. This one it's different than the second game. It goes back to the way the first game was, where you just simply walk from left to right, or from right to left sometimes, or up and down, and then you just fight a boss at the end. The second game had a lot more kind of RPG elements, which made it, I don't know, I think a better game. Some people favour this sort of just left to right, right to left, just platforming, and other people like the RPG elements better. It's your own personal preference. So this one you play as Trevor Belmont, and you have different characters you can turn into. You can turn into Alucard, and there's I can't remember the other two, but there's two other characters you can turn into. So this actually builds upon the first game because you can do different things, and this is probably the hardest of all of them. I have to say, it's really difficult. But this is really good. It takes elements from the first game and just builds upon them. So this is kind of probably Castlevania, what Castlevania 2 really is. So 3 games on the Nintendo. They're actually not too bad. Yeah. So that's the original 3 Castlevania games for Nintendo Entertainment System. Pretty good in my view.